Hey everyone, TimaeuSS here. Welcome to another Artery Gear video. So now with the Nina banner coming up, arterygear.info has updated the upcoming banner site, which will now be based on the Taiwan schedule, because that's what we think we'll be getting. And of course, please be aware that it's not 100% and it certainly can change, but just based off of the information we know at the moment, it's looking like we're following Taiwan, which is 2 months ahead of us and about 4 or 5 months behind JP and about close to a year behind CN. So let's take a look where we are. In Ashura's path, we have 2 weeks of event with the banner rate up Ashura and the free unit Chihaya. And you can see already in the in-game client, we have the Mahou Shoujo Erika's event coming up, and we may also get episode 8 as well. Don't count on it, and of course things may be different, but the Mahou Shoujo is definitely the one that's next. Nina is already in the codex, so you can trial her, and of course I'll have a banner preview for her in my next video, but Nina is the rate up unit with Erika as the free unit. And then after that, Taiwan got Collab right after, following Cream and Lewisia. So I'm going to break down each banner for you and the units and give advice on how I think you should play the game and save or pull based on, I guess, where you are at the moment. So I think the majority of you guys probably pulled on the serious banner and are sitting anywhere between 40 to 60 pulls at the moment. If you are a free-to-play player and you didn't pull anything, you could be looking at 120 pulls. If you're a small spender, you should be around that as well. If you're really lucky, you may be saved about 200 pulls. But I don't think that's the majority of you guys. So I'm going based off of what you guys are probably at, which is looking at between 50 to 80 pulls saved, and of course more the better. So with Nina as our next event, I honestly would not recommend pulling her at all at its current stage, because what you want to do is always, if you're free to play, and you don't need the unit for content or, you know, the top of PvP or anything, is to save until the last 2 or last day of the banner. Because for example, we have Shura banner right now and you get to see the next event is Nina. So if Collab is coming, we definitely will have a heads up from the marketing team or devs or whatnot, and in the in-game banner, so we definitely will know beforehand, before the Nina banner expires. So do not pull until then. But of course, if Nina's your waifu, or you know, you really like the unit design, just go ahead. But for most of you guys, please don't pull. This is 2 weeks, and if we get main story 8, I think if you're at 40 to 80 pulls, you will at least reach about 100 to 120 pulls. Granted, you don't use your gem on stamina refreshes or things like that. Okay, it's very important. So with Ryza, you get 20 free pulls, I believe, throughout the event, and it's a almost a month-long event. So it's quite long, because you have the first part, which is these 2 units, and then the second part. So it might be longer than usual, 3 or 4 weeks, and so you have more time. And in the Ryza event, you have a free 5-star unit, which is alright, but you have a very good Ryza unit plus a very good Lila unit. So in terms of planning, again, skip Mahou Shoujo and you'll arrive at a Ryza event when Lila comes out, which is the second week of the collab. You should be looking at 120 pulls. So with average luck, you can grab both, because you want to at least pull to the 40 to 50 mark to get the unique equipment each to level 20. I'll have, again, more detailed breakdown of the collab event and how to maximize your pulls and currency. But if you arrive at Ryza event with 120 140 pulls, you should be safe unless you pity both, right? And plus you get 20 pulls on top of that, you'll be looking at 140 to 160 pulls, which is quite safe in my opinion for these 2 units. And because it's Cream next, you can skip Cream right after that. Okay, so a few things. Again, Nina, please, if you're free to play or you don't have a healthy stash, save. Nina is fantastic as a unit, but compared to the ones that are coming up next, you really want to get those limited. Okay, so Ryza and Atelier. So after that, let's say you use your currency to pull both units, you'll probably be looking at 30 to 40 pulls left, potentially 60. So at that point, you definitely want to skip Cream and arrive at Lewisia with about 60 to 80 pulls. So that is what your stats should look like by the end of the Lewisia event. So Lewisia is a meta-changing PvP unit, super strong, makes the stall even more disgusting in PvP, and her PvE use is not that great. So actually, if you don't care so much about PvP, you could quote-unquote skip Lewisia technically, but I would advise against that because she is just too strong in PvP. But again, you would have the opportunity to go into the last 2 days of the banner to decide whether or not you want to pull Lewisia with having the information on what is next. But do remember, the point of the video is to make sure that you play it safe on Nina's banner, wait for the information on the collab. You get 20 pulls here, make sure you have 120 to 140 pulls, skip cream, and plan accordingly on the last few days of Lewisia. So yeah, that is my breakdown and my recommendation if we're going off of the Taiwanese schedule. So I'll have more information such as the unit preview and the unit breakdown and builds later on as new banners come out. So please look forward to that and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And I'll see you guys in the next video.